Hello, everyone. This is Mayor Sean Patterson Howard. I'm just coming to give you a winter storm, winter blizzard update. I want to first of all say thank you so much to DPW, Office of Emergency Management, our community emergency response team through emergency management and auxiliary, of course, our police department, our fire department, our emergency service workers, and Parks and Rec and the building department, right? Because Parks and Rec, people say, why Parks and Rec? Because they have to be out there and shovel all around the parks and a lot of our open areas where we have really big sidewalks as you are going around our parks. So shout out to them. And then they also have been making sure that the warming center at the Dole Center is up and running, as well as supporting the warming center at the Adult Resource Center. And so I'm really going to get out of the way because I want our team to be able to talk about recovery efforts. I want to thank everyone up until this time for their efforts. I want to thank the residents of Mount Vernon. I want to thank you so much because I'm telling you, I was out there for a large part of the day and you were very respectful of the no travel ban. I think most people didn't travel because they didn't want to clean off their cars to begin with. It was a lot of work to do just to clean off your cars. And I want to bring in now our DPW Commissioner, Dwayne Jones. Dwayne, welcome to day 2, day 3 of being a DPW Commissioner. Can we bring in Commissioner Jones? Did we lose him? Okay, if we lost Commissioner Jones, we're going to come back to him. We're going to bring up our Director Montez while we look to get Director Jones back on the line. Commissioner Jones. So Director Montez.
Good afternoon, Mayor Patterson Howard, and good afternoon, City of Mount Vernon. I just want to really thank you and the entire cabinet for the exceptional teamwork that we have been demonstrating in the past 48 hours. It has been one of those storms that we literally have to go all together and work collaboratively to make sure that the public safety of our city and the first responders and everyone that is transporting and using transportation around the city is safe. So really quick, we've been working a lot closely with our DPW team, our police department, and our fire department, and also with our county partners, along with our New York State Department of Homeland Security, on ensuring the safety of our city. We've been doing a lot of planning on the routes and how we are coming in and out of the routes to safely shovel and plow these routes. So I'm working very closely with our DPW commissioner to get those routes secured with a significant amount of plows through there. So please be patient, be careful. I see we've been driving around a lot to kind of get an assessment with our DPW team members. So please, just be patient with us as we continue to go out there and do assessments. We are utilizing aerial assets from drone to foot to vehicle patrols to do a lot of our assessments. So please be patient with us as we take care of those inner blocks.
Thank you so much, Director Montez, for everything. And thank you so much for even giving us drone footage. I know that you had the drone up and I saw blacktop after blacktop, especially on our main roads. So shout out to you for giving us that situational awareness and vantage point. And of course, shout out to DPW. So with that, I'm going to pull in our Commissioner Jones so he can talk about what's going on right now. So even if we can't see him for some reason, we should be able to hear him. Can we see if we can pull him up and hear him? Dwayne, are you there? Can you speak to us? Okay, for some reason, he's having some technical difficulties. So I can tell you right now that DPW has been on the road. They did pre-treatment of roads, and then they went out and they made sure that our emergency routes that people were moving their cars. Thank you, OEM, for helping them with that. I know you went around with your announcer on the car and let people know to move their cars. Those who haven't moved their cars, they've been getting towed. They will continue to get towed as we go forward. We're going to bring in our Deputy Chief of Police, Greg Addison, so he can talk to us about what's happening with towing right now, and responding to calls and things of that nature. Deputy Chief Addison?
Thank you, Mayor. Uh, we had approximately 55 calls for service in the last 24 hours. It's about half the average that we get in a day, and only 3 of them were motor vehicle. So we want to thank everybody for listening to the travel ban and staying off. Unfortunately, we had a significant number of people who decided not to go and follow the snow emergency route ban. So we issued over 50 summonses, and we towed over a dozen vehicles. We're going to continue on tonight into tomorrow with towing. You're going to leave your car on the snow emergency route. It is going to be summoned and towed.
And I
Please
think the only reason we haven't towed more is because the tow truck companies were running short.
so fast. Yeah, they can only go so fast with all the snow. Please remember to use the parking lots, the schools, and the churches that are available on the city's social media pages and the website. Welfare checks. We've been doing welfare checks for people that have been calling in, people who are on emergency equipment as per Con Ed, and we've been checking on our homeless population because of Code Blue alert. Everybody seems to be in good health. That's good. Not very many power outages that have occurred. If your power does go out, please do not call 911 for it. We can't turn it back on. Con Ed can. So call 1-800-75-CON-ED if your power goes out, or you can go and report it at www.coned.com. And a few other housekeeping things. One, the snow is now over. You have 12 hours to go and clear the sidewalks. That is for the owners, the lessees, or the landlords. You can get summonses if you do not go and clear them off within 12 hours of the end of the storm. Please clean off your car. There's nothing worse than seeing somebody driving a car that weighs 4,000 pounds with 1 square foot of their windshield and nothing else. We will write you tickets for that. That is an absolute summons that you can go and get. Please check on your neighbors. And lastly, we want to remind everybody the school district's closed tomorrow. Also inside the street, parking is suspended. So please do not get on the roadway if you don't need to. Lastly, we want to go and thank the officers that have been here throughout the entire storm, fire and EMS for going and responding to all these calls for service, DPW for going and getting the roads clear, and the mayor and Director Montes, along with people in the support staff for going and making Mount Vernon safe. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much. We may not be able to get our DPW commissioner back. It seems like he's having some. There he is, Dwayne. Yay, just in the nick of time. So Commissioner, he's like, look, I've been dealing with these 21 inches of snow. I'm really ready to take a nap so your other people can take over for you in a little while so that you can come back out in the middle of the night fresh and continue to work with your team. So can you tell me how DPW is tackling these 101 miles of roads, the bridges, the staircases, the bus stops, the Metro North stations, all of these different things that you're handling? Can you let us know what you've done and what the next phase of recovery is?
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to say thank you. This coordinated effort, and this was my first time at this level, was simply amazing. I'd like to thank everyone involved, Mike, the mayor, constant contact, constant support. I got to be honest with you, I'm super impressed to be at it at this level. I'd like to thank my team, the foreman, Joe Coretta, the supervisor, the mechanics, the hand crew that's presently outside right now clearing some of the mayor's pet peeves, the bridges, the walkways so people won't slip and fall. I have presently about 8 men out and a bobcat taking care of those areas as we speak. The bus stop on Prospect, hoping that we'll get most of it done because we're coming back in the morning about 3 a.m. to ensure that, again, no one slips and falls on their way to any of the public areas they need to get to. I have a full complement of trucks out, presently about 17 trucks, still hitting the mains, but we're going to concentrate on some of the smaller streets so some of the homeowners can get out in the morning if they have to go to work. So we're trying to do the best we can. As the mayor stated, there's 101 miles of roadway, and was difficult because of the storm. But what was super profound was the non-parking in the emergency areas. It helped us tremendously. The drone footage that Mike sent helped me send the men where they needed to go. Thanks again, Mike. And we're out there. We're out there doing the best we can for one of the most profound storms in 10 plus years. We still presently have about 500 tons of salt. We pushed a lot today, didn't use a lot of salt in the beginning. Now we're trying to put some salt down. I have another crew coming in at midnight to again ensure safety because the temperatures are dropping and we don't want ice conditions and accidents. So again, thank you to the public for staying off the crosswalks, not double parking, allowing the trucks to get through as best we could. I'm very appreciative.
Thank you, Commissioner. So, Commissioner, can you just speak to us really quickly? Residents, we need your help. We need your eyes with this. When you see private places, whether it's Chase Bank, whether it's a gas station, whether it's a business, Staples, Best Buy, whoever, when they have private people shoveling and plowing their snow, they're supposed to keep their snow on their property. They're supposed to pile it up on their property. So, Commissioner Jones, please tell us, what the issue is with them pushing it back out onto the streets, as well as talk to us about homeowners and small businesses also keeping the snow on their property and not pushing the snow out onto the streets.
So we spoke. I gave several warnings. I wrote about 3 summonses because the piles of snow that they leave just in the middle of the street are egregious. We'll plow the street. It'll be down the blacktop, and as you stated, the private companies will just plow it and kick it there and just leave it there, either on the sidewalk or in the middle of the street. So the large piles you see in the street, in the business areas, around the gas stations, as the mayor stated, around some of the larger companies, were the private contractors pushing it into the street to get it off the property instead of leaving it on the property. I spoke to several homeowners about kicking it into the street with the snow blower or just shoveling it into the street. And I think the myth is that vehicle traffic will roll over the snow and it will melt, but not in low temperatures. You're just creating an ice condition in front of your home where someone could potentially slide into your yard, your gate, or your car. So it'd be nice if you guys just left it on the tree lawn at this point, as best you could. Most of the homeowners were understanding once you explained it to them calmly and professionally. Didn't have any major issues, and today wasn't as bad as it has been in the past. It seems like people are getting it, so we're again super appreciative.
So again, Mount Vernon, thank you so much for staying off the roads. Thank you so much for not shoveling snow into the street. Thank you for keeping it on your tree line or on your lawn. And for those of you who have not gone out to clean off your cars yet, please do. Clean off your cars. It's going to get colder as the night goes on, so it's going to be more difficult. The high tomorrow is only going to be 27 degrees, so it's not like it's going to get easier tomorrow. It's warmer today, and it'll be warmer tonight than it might be tomorrow. So please go and clean off your cars. If you want us to clean off the streets, you can at minimum clean off your cars, even if you're not going anywhere. You never know when an emergency might occur in your family, and you might need to make a quick exit to go visit a family member or take someone to the doctor or whatever you might have to do. And it's not easy to look at all that snow sitting there on your car and figure out how you're going to dig it out, but it's best to do it now and get that done with. So I just want to say again, thank you, everyone. And while the travel ban has been lifted, please know that there are still hazardous conditions that exist on the street. Just because you have a 4x4 does not mean that you should drive down the street at 35 miles an hour, because you're going to hit some black ice somewhere. I don't care how much salt we throw down. And guess what? The more and more salt we throw down now, the more and more potholes we're going to have in the street later. So everyone wants to be a plowologist and a snowologist. It is a science. It is a balance between how much salt you're putting down and then just going and plowing that salt back up. So, trust the DPW knows what they're doing. As the commissioner said, we have 17 trucks out there. They've been doing the mains. They're going to be opening up the mains wider and wider, and they're going to be getting to the side streets, the secondary streets, probably by tomorrow, getting to the dead end streets. I mean, I know that's frustrating, but as I've spoken to the mayors of the other cities, they're dealing with the same thing. So everyone be patient, stay safe. City Hall will be closed tomorrow. We will be responding to emergency issues and doing paperwork, but I know most people did not think that this storm was going to be as bad. When we were working on it on Friday and talking about it on Friday, it was kind of like 6 to 8 inches at that time. And so not everyone brought their laptop home. If we knew it was going to be like this, we would have brought our laptops home and worked remotely. But because I don't want to say City Hall is open and it's hybrid and we're not able to respond to calls the way people are expecting. But if you have business that you need to do with City Hall, please email those offices. I know there are a lot of people who are looking at their emails. City Council does have their City Council work session tonight at 7 o'clock. It will be virtual. So the city continues to do its business. And if you have a concern, and I'm going to bring in our Councilman Derek Thompson, and he's going to close us out. If you have a concern, please email City Help to email City Help. So it's City Help at Mount Vernon, all the way spelled out, ny.gov. City Help at mountvernon.ny.gov. We have several people that monitor that so that we can respond and get information out. Again, if you see homeless on the street, please call 665-2600 and let the police department know, and they will go, not arrest them. They will go and try and get them to come into one of the warming centers. And shout out to our police department that's been doing that. They've been able to bring some more people in today. We have some warriors who want to brave those cold conditions. God bless them. But, we want to make sure that they're safe. And schools are closed tomorrow. Yes, schools are closed tomorrow. I think we said that in the beginning. And I can tell you, it has to be bad outside. Our superintendent is from Buffalo and Rochester, and he doesn't believe in closing school at all. And so for him to close school 2 days in a row, right at the end of a winter vacation, winter break, that was a hard decision for him to make, but he's always thinking about the safety of our students who, most of them walk to school, and then some of our teachers are coming from distances to get here, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe. Council President Derek Thompson, can you close us out?
Sure. Good evening, Mount Vernon. Just always think of safety first. As the mayor said, our city council work session will be virtual tonight. So if you want to see that online, CMVNY, you can look at it online. And residents, just get out there. If you have a vehicle, clean your vehicles off tonight while the snow is a little soft, because as it gets very icy, it gets heavier, and you don't want to risk the possibility of damaging the paint on your car or cracking the windows on your car. So get out there and try to clean it out tonight. Dig your cars out tonight if you can. Make sure you get out there and shovel it up. Schools are closed tomorrow, so make sure you're just doing the best that you can to keep your property safe as well. And if you got kids, let your kids get out there and help with the shoveling and make a little money during the winter session. It's a little difficult, but remember to bend at the knee so you don't have any back injuries while you're picking up this snow. And check on your family and your loved ones and your neighbors, especially if you live next to anyone who's elderly. Check to make sure that they have everything they have. And let's continue to work together. We can survive this.
All of our resources can be found not just on our social media pages, but these lives are also archived on the City of Mount Vernon YouTube page. We have information on mountvernonny.gov, our website. And then for real-time emergency and public safety alerts, text 888-777 and put in CMVNY. So text CMVNY to 888-777 so you can get real-time updates. Yes, Rosie Martinez, thank you for all the young people who are out shoveling. You wouldn't have made it without them. I would make it without them. Mr. Durrell, thank you for coming by and helping my husband. We really, really appreciate you getting out there. I spoke to Bishop Edwards on the phone earlier because I saw his live and I said, Bishop, I know you're not out there shoveling. He said, oh no, honey, I got these 3 young men. He's all the way over on the north side and they came down from the heights from like Seneca and Beekman. So we do have young people who are still entrepreneurs who are out there helping out. And yes, garbage pickup for Tuesday on the south side of Mount Vernon. We do have garbage pickup tomorrow. And then north side pickup is Wednesday. Then garbage pickup will be Thursday on the south side again and Friday on the north side. So garbage pickup will resume. Please put it out responsibly. Please bag it properly, stack it properly. And if you can move it from the sidewalk to some of those piles of snow, so it's easier for DPW to reach it as they are jumping on and off the backs of those trucks. Everyone be careful, be safe, be blessed, and take care. Bye-bye.